Thanks, Stuart. Good evening. I'm John Rigg. I'm a chartered surveyor, and I'm a resident that lives in Guildford. And I care about Guildford. This group, the Guildford Vision Group, has one ambition, and that's to make a better Guildford, a better place, better for us all. And that means better to live in, better to visit, better to carry out business and work in. We're driven by a conviction that Guildford has the possibility to offer a great deal more to its community than it does today. We hope you feel passionate about Guildford. We do. But we also feel it's failing in its true potential. It's failing to address traffic congestion, failing to provide pleasant, safe pedestrian routes from places such as the station to the high street, failing to improve the town centre, failing to provide affordable homes, and failing even to provide business with an infrastructure that enables rather than hinders their operations. It's also failed, sadly, to open up one of its hidden gems, the river frontage to the town centre, which could be a stunning asset for all visitors. In one of the most prosperous towns in the country, sites have lain dormant for decades, and proposals being put forward now are ad hoc, inconsistent with the council's own plans or zoning often, and are certainly not enhancing the town. So how do other towns like Cambridge, York, St Albans address the issues and opportunities? Well, they engage the whole community and work with the very best and most experienced consultants, urban master planners and traffic engineers. They fully research all the issues and opportunities, and they come up with a plan. So where is our plan? Well, many of you know there's a draft town centre plan produced before Christmas called the Guildford Town Centre Draft Master Plan. Many of us were very excited by the potential of this plan to make Guildford great. Only when it appeared, by any comparison of any real master plan, it was very disappointing. It correctly acknowledged that much of the town is uninspiring. The depressing images they identified made a strong impression. But of more relevance, there was no visionary plan of substance. Lots of words which might apply in Swindon or Basildon or anywhere. There was also a short consultation period fixed over the Christmas holiday, which many were unaware of, even if people had time available to respond across the festive season. Also, everyone knows consultation is not engagement. If your neighbour tells you he's going to put a factory in his garden and he asks your opinion but goes ahead anyway, that can be called consultation. Engagement is agreeing what is right with the community. It is definitely not small groups of people in closed rooms making decisions that affect us and future generations. The Guildford Society, with its 500 members, were equally concerned about the plan. The Society, to its credit, and concerned by the consultation process and expected outcome, urgently interviewed 4 leading firms of master planners to comment on the plan. All 4 were of the opinion the plan was seriously lacking in research and suffered from an absence of any real vision, looking at only individual sites within a limited plan boundary. To properly consider any town centre, there is a need to consider the wider role a town centre plays for all its stakeholders, businesses, residents, visitors, indeed in our case, everyone who uses and values what Guildford could offer. The Council's own 2009 Guildford Economic Study said easing transport congestion was the most important factor for the well-being of Guildford. It also recognised levels of deprivation in Guildford, where job creation and more affordable housing could help solve some of the community's problems. It acknowledged the threat of complacency. Guildford is in only 6th position out of 8 competitor areas, with firms leaving Guildford due to congestion, shortage of housing and other issues. Yet little of this seemed to be reflected in the recent draft master plan. So with all these concerns and with very limited funds, the Guildford Society commissioned Allies and Morrison master planners to review the draft plan. With only days left of the consultancy period, they organised a meeting attended by 90 people, including representatives from several residents' associations. Based on the views enthusiastically expressed by participants, they submitted a report which was crystal clear in its conclusions, as we will hear later. Guildford can have a real plan, a visionary one, with ambition to guide us for the next 20 to 50 years. As with other towns, it should be produced by engaging with the community about what to achieve and how. We need a plan that is fit for purpose. We need to use the expertise of the best and most experienced master planners and traffic engineers to come up with a deliverable plan for us and future generations, to release the huge potential of Guildford. We believe Guildford can become one of the leading towns in the country, able to rank itself up against the best, rather than being notable as one of the worst for congestion. We know enough about towns like Bath, Edinburgh or York to identify what makes a beautiful town to visit and enjoy. Town squares are nice. So are tree-lined boulevards to a university or a cathedral. Broad, riverside walkways and green spaces and quality architecture and even long views are all possible in Guildford. These can be achieved at the same time as improving the retail offer, transportation and the shortage of housing. We can become a really beautiful town. Actually, we already have vacant sites if they're not wasted by poor decision-making. A plan may cost £500,000 or even £1 million, which at first sight sounds a lot. But the council must know, if they're running a business, that their property assets currently worth 200 million could be worth 400 million with the right plan, or even 50 million with the wrong plan. The Guildford economy in 2007 produced, wait for it, 3,830 millions of gross value-added goods and services. What could it produce with joined-up thinking? Some people seem to think mistakenly that planning is just about developing the council's sites. Perhaps they think it's shrewd to sell a residential site to Waitrose for a sizable cheque, perhaps even before the planning application for change of use from residential to supermarket is considered by the planning committee, or taking another residential site, this time by the riverside, for a bus station, which could otherwise really enhance a future river walkway experience. The ad hoc planning from which Guildford has suffered for decades, that is, can never deliver the exciting vision that a top-quality, holistic plan can achieve. To illustrate further, Solent want to put 350 residential units, a supermarket and a hotel on the station site, feeding into the most congested part of the gyratory system. When asked about the carnage that this would cause, the reply is, traffic, that is for others to solve. Waitrose, we hope, will not take a similar view, but they may. You need development to deliver planning gain, not traffic and congestion pain. Both developers and Guildford Borough Council say transport is Surrey County Council's remit and not in our gift to provide solutions. Surrey County Council will not master plan Guildford. They may address local transport difficulties, but they will not seek out a vision for the town. We need to provide that vision, which also resolves the traffic dilemma, and it is possible. So, Guildford needs a vision first and foremost, but it needs to be your vision. So a group is formed, sponsored by the Guildford Society, who we must thank for their generosity and support, and it's called the Guildford Vision Group. We are, of course, only at an early stage. And who are we? Well, these are the people so far guiding its development. All Guildford residents, but hopefully all people with the requisite experience to know what is achievable and help drive a process to achieve the objectives. But the Vision Group is not just about us or about external consultants like Allies and Morrison, who you will hear from shortly. It is not about a few people, it is about you and tapping into all your views and ideas so we can incorporate the diverse needs of all users of the town in a joined-up, truly aspirational plan. The Vision Group want to embrace all areas and sectors of Guildford. We want our efforts to be truly representative. We won't be advocating particular solutions on individual sites, but we are advocating the right process to achieve a plan with vision. And let me also be particularly clear here. We are not about NIMBYism or protecting the status quo. We're about growth and bold development because only carefully planned and integrated growth initiatives will enable us to deliver the vision. We want to collaborate with the Council, and I thank some of the officers and members for attending tonight. We have met elected officials and officers. So far, we're awaiting a response. We want to work together with all parties to help create the very best plan for the town, but we want engagement, not consultation. The government recognises that the current planning system is badly flawed and it is not delivering results in far too many comparable situations. So they've recently passed the Localism Act to enable communities to become more involved in these issues that really concern them. This could provide an important framework to help us realise our ambitions. Enough from me.